Hi everyone, this is Ms. Chow. Today we're going to do a quick but crucial drill on a specific type of reading question that appears in almost every exam, reference questions. In this video, there are mainly 4 parts. In part 1, I will introduce what reference questions are to you. Next, you will be guided to do some practice with some past paper examples. Finally, we will recap what we have learned in this video. And without further ado, let's get started. First, let's define exactly what we are looking for. A reference question asks you to clarify a specific term. Usually, we are dealing with 2 types of words. The first type of words is pronouns, like he, she, it. Another type of words is conceptual terms. Phrases like the idea, this problem, or the phenomenon are the examples. Your job is to be a detective. You need to find the original noun or idea that this shortcut word is standing in for. After recapping what reference questions are, now let's move on and take a look at some examples in the past papers. Read this level 1 question. Who or what does they in line 6 refer to? How to tackle this question? We don't just guess, but instead we follow a process. Here comes the following 4 steps. Step number 1. Circle the reference word. We don't just look at the reference word in the reading passage, but we have to physically circle it so that our eyes can always stay focused. Next, understand the context. So we have to read the sentence containing the word to understand if it is a subject or an object. So, by following step number 1 and step number 2, we circle the word they in line 6 first, and after that we read the sentence containing the word they. Following these rules, we can obviously see that they refer to a group of people who invented the method. If there are no questions, let's move on to step number 3. In step number 3, we have to look backward. It is the key because the answer is almost and always in the previous sentences. So now we have to look and also read the previous sentences and look for the nouns. By following this rule, we can find out the noun in the previous sentence, which is the British Navy. After looking for the nouns, here comes step number 4, which is the last step. We have to do a substitution test. It is the most important step, in which we take the noun we found and put it in place of the reference word and read the sentence and see if it makes sense. So now we try to substitute the noun we found, the British Navy, into the reference word. The method the British Navy invented. So, if we plug that phrase back into the sentence and fits perfectly, that's the answer. So, for this question, the answer is the British Navy. Now, it's the time for you to practice. Here comes a level 1 question. Who does there in line 24 refer to? You may now pause the video for 1 minute and think of the answer. Let's check the answers together. Remember the 4 steps I told you? Step number 1. We circle the word there in line 24 first, followed by step number 2 and 3. We try to read the sentences before the word and look back and see if there are any words about people flying drones. So if we read line 24 and 23 carefully, we can find out nouns such as pilots and participants. Last but not least, we move on to step number 4. We try to substitute the nouns we found into the reference word and see if it fits logically. If we put the word pilots or participants into the word there, it doesn't fit because there is a possessive pronoun which is used to show ownership of something by one or several people. So we have to make some changes in order to make it grammatically correct. Instead of the pilots or the participants, the answer would be the pilots or the participants with an apostrophe. Now, can you get it? Sometimes, reference questions don't point to a simple noun or a person. They point to an idea, feeling, or situation described in text. There are level 2 questions which requires you to interpret the whole context. Let's look at one example from the past paper. What does that emotional roller coaster in line 49 refer to? To tackle this question, we still use the 4-step method, but with one extra skill in step 3. You need to derive the idea from the surrounding sentences and turn it into a noun phrase. Look at the text before line 49. It describes a fencing match with tense moments, a comeback, and emotional highs and lows. The writer felt excitement, tension, and also admiration. So, the emotional roller coaster isn't just one thing, it's the whole experience of watching the match with its ups and downs. After summarizing the whole context, here comes the answer. The quick changes in emotions while watching the women's epic individual gold medal bout. Now, let's practice another level 2 question together. The question is, what does "what I want" in line 31 refer to? You may now pause the video and think of the answer in 1 minute. Let's check the answer. Let's apply our 4-step method. First of all, step number 1, we have to circle the reference phrase "what I want" in line 31. Next, step number 2, we have to understand the whole context. By reading line 29 and 30, you will understand and know that this is a mother talking about her son's phone used. After that, let's move on to step number 3. Look for the ideas in the previous sentences. Earlier, the mother mentions taking the phone at 10 p.m. and she wants her son to stop using it after 10 p.m. So, after summarizing all these ideas and also the context, you will find out the phrase "what I want" actually refers to the mother's rule or the condition about phone use. Last but not least, here comes step number 4, which is substitution. So if we substitute the rule that he should not use the phone after 10 p.m. or the condition that the phone should not be used after 10 p.m. into the sentence, it makes sense logically. So the answer is the condition that the phone should not be used after 10 p.m. Remember, sometimes the answer is not a single word, but a phrase that captures the whole idea. So keep it clear and also concise. Finally, let's recap what we have learned today. When you sit for your reading exam and see a reference question, don't panic. Just follow the 4 steps. You are able to tackle the reference questions. Step number 1, circle the reference word. Next, step number 2, do a context check. Step number 3, look for the key nouns in the previous sentences. or summarize the ideas if you are facing a level 2 question. Finally, remember to do the substitution and see if the word fits the sentence logically. Reference questions are 3 marks if you're careful. So I really hope that every one of you can use the 4 steps method in the exam every single time. So thanks for watching at the end and see you next time.